Good morning, Geelong. Brought to you by www.guestmedia.com.au.
We've had a terrific week in Geelong as part of WorkSafe Week Victoria. Of course, WorkSafe happening right throughout Australia during the month of October. Rawlo caught up with Frances Hamblin from WorkSafe Victoria, and here's their interview.
Thank you very much, Megan. As we look at the world of workplace, yes, the world of business, which is generated as workplaces. And this week has been Workplace Week 2008, a very important week. And joining us is a lady representing WorkSafe Victoria. And it's a very warm welcome to Frances Hamblin.
Thank you, Graham.
Good morning. How are you, Frances?
Very well, thank you.
It's been a big week for WorkSafe.
Yeah, it's been a huge week. WorkSafe Week is held in the last week in October every year. And as usual, the region that I work in is, of course, which is Geelong. We've been busy putting on lots of events for everybody in the district.
And covering a lot of important subject matter that sometimes a lot of people take for granted, don't they?
They do. On Monday, we had at Skilled Stadium, we had a breakfast, a free breakfast, where nearly 200 people attended, and we discussed our current methods of work in WorkSafe Week and how everybody's tracking. And we talked also about bullying, which is something which we don't like to see in workplaces, but unfortunately it's become prevalent. We also discussed the Safe Town Splits, which we're going to visit the workplaces in Geelong at the end of November and let the employers know exactly what's happening there. And one of our inspectors also gave a presentation to the teachers regarding safety in schools.
So we're covering the full gambit from the young all the way through to the older working group, because I suppose when WorkSafe first came into the workplace, we used to call it safety in industry, whatever it may be, but it was we would measure injury, you had measurement through injury indexes and man hours worked, etc. But now it's become not just an element of statistics, but something that we're working hard to deliver as an ingrained way of work.
Mm-hmm. That's right. We're working hard on behavioural changes and attitudinal changes to all people, including from management down to the newest person. You may have seen that we're doing a lot of work in the area of focusing on young people at the moment. And so, like you mentioned in schools, we're trying to get the young people to realise that it's up to them. They also have to speak up. They've got a responsibility as well. And by focusing on all levels, we believe that we will get there. We have improved. The number of claims per year has improved dramatically over the last 5 years. It's incredible, as has the fatalities too. This year we have had 16 fatalities in 2008 so far. About 6 years ago we were having around 40 or 50 mark. So that's pretty good, and I think our work is paying off.
It certainly is, but then viewers, we can't sit back and say 16 is still far too many. We want it 0.
That's right.
And that's the great work that WorkSafe Victoria is doing. And Frances, the changing of what I'll call attitudes between employers and employees, it's far more a work together approach now.
The new Occupational Health and Safety Act, which was updated a couple of years ago, has a section on consultation. Consultation is now compulsory, so employers are legally required to consult with their workers, and that could be on a range of things, but usually when something is going to change or you buy a new piece of equipment or a new item of plant, it's now compulsory to consult with the workers and get their input.
And consultation does not mean, a lot of people have this perception that consultation means you just go out and tell people that it's happening.
Yeah.
Consultation means you get people involved in the decision-making processes, know what it's about, so they've got ownership.
That's right. Oh, and that's the way to go too. It's human nature, isn't it? You make people think, or you let them, or you allow them to contribute to an idea, and who cares who thinks of it? And pretty soon, because they've thought of it, they will usually follow the procedure because they have owned that idea.
I know recently at the Victorian Country Football League WorkSafe VCFL annual dinner, awards dinner, your CEO, Mr John Merritt, announced from a statistical viewpoint, but it was something that has been worked hard to achieve, in that the number of youth deaths at the workplace in the last year have halved, which really does speak strongly of the combination of effort that's being put together by Workplace Victoria and employees and employees.
No, absolutely. And it's funny you mentioned the football too, and that's another way we're getting through to the young people, is through football and netball. And WorkSafe Victoria are a big sponsor of country football and netball, because that's where our young people are, that's where the community is. And community standards and influences require us to raise the standard at all times and ensure that people are bringing the safety into their workplaces.
And across Victoria this week, you've had some wonderful roaming ambassadors, the likes of Ron Barassi, Rodney Eade, Wayne Campbell,
Leon Cameron,
really getting the message out there to the grassroots. Yep,
they're fantastic. You probably know that WorkSafe Victoria are sponsoring the coaching staff at Western Bulldogs, so they are of great support. And Ron Barassi, aren't we lucky to have Ron Barassi? He's an icon. So we're all pretty happy to have Ron, who is so generous with his time to assist us. And he's a great believer in it.
Yes, he certainly is, and spoke very well at the WorkSafe VCFL dinner. Yes, he speaks straight from the heart, this Ronald Dale Barassi. Frances, you mentioned the end of November, coming up holiday time, a lot of employers going into shutdown mode, major maintenance works being carried out. That is another time where there is shall we say, a peak importance to concentrate even harder and further on WorkSafe practices.
Oh, you're so right. The number of people who get injured during maintenance and cleaning operations of plant where the machinery guarding hasn't been up to standard, and they've entered a machinery area and the item hasn't been isolated, this is where the injuries occur. Also, people do get complacent when holidays are coming up. They get busy, they're partying, there's a lot of stuff happening in retail areas. There's a lot of items on the floor and in doorways, and people are not thinking about work, they're thinking about knocking off and going on annual leave. So this is the time when we need to concentrate and keep focused on the job.
So from the workplace to your own home, practice what you preach and preach what you practice, because you'll be helping make Victoria a very much safer place, not only in the workplace but also throughout your whole general community. Frances Hamblin, thank you very much for your time. All the very best to WorkSafe Victoria and your continued practices. We'll have another catch-up date early in the new year, to see how we are progressing. So, WorkSafe Victoria, practice what you preach and just do it.
Thanks, Rollo. Much appreciated, and another great interview. Well, we'll take a short break on the show, but after the break, we'll have the sport.